Chat, we are back right on cue for the second match of the night between KC Cauldron and El Matador. Oh, this one's going to be a good one. Chat, I am not alone though. I have found a co-commentator. How about you introduce yourself? Slide on in.
Wait, this is the commentary chat? No, I'm kidding. What's up, SGL? My name is Palace512. I'll be honest, we are 1 minute late because this game was, was supposed to kick off at 10:30. It's 10:31 Eastern time, even though I don't live in the Eastern time because, let's be real, it's a shitter time zone. Mountain time is where it's at. So it's 8:31. But that's okay because I was born late, I'm here late, and I'll die late. So y'all can kick rocks, bro. We are here. West Coast, best coast. I 100% agree. See, we got some East Coast haters in the chat right now, and that's what I love to see because the East Coast stinks. I hope none of y'all are affected by the hurricane, even though I don't really think it's supposed to hit y'all. But just for extra benefit, I hope none of y'all are affected by that. But our eyes are all about to be affected by this Rocket League game because, frankly, I don't know what we're about to see. We got the KC Cauldron, very, very strong team. I would venture to say that this is, I mean, obviously, yes, they did lose to Timbers Army last week, but I still think this is a top 2 strongest team in SGL, and El Matador, who has been a little bit spotty. So we'll see, how this goes. I'm predicting a KC Cauldron win, but EM does have pop-off potential, as I myself experienced last week. So, Maz, how you feeling about this game?
I think this is going to be a very difficult test for El Matador. I really hope they can step it up here. They need their best players to get going, and they need their third man to step up as well. And if they're not able to keep up with the pace, at least be a solid anchor and protect the back of the net. Otherwise, I think KC Cauldron's going to sweep them. And that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a sweep.
Okay. I'm going to say 3-1. Just because I don't like sweeps. So yeah, I'm going to say 3-1, but I am still going to put this in favor of the Cauldron. I think that, I don't know. I think for me it depends. The series score depends on Serrano. But that's not to say that Luis and them do not matter. That's not to say that they are a non-factor, because that's just obviously not true. So I think that's obvious to anybody who has watched this league and who has eyes to see and or ears to hear with commentary. So yeah, I do think that this is going to be a KC Cauldron win.
Indeed, and we're just waiting for everyone to get in. Everyone is now in, and we are now going to kick off. Let's not wait too long. Let's get this started right now. Luis, I'm glad you're here. I needed someone to support me on the East Coast time zone. Glad you're around here. But for now, we are going to jump right into this matchup. Both teams are now heading in. And once we load in, Palace, I need your comments on both lineups. We have Fudge, Thorgold, and Serrano for Cauldron. Gnostics, Luis, and Skyline for EM. Here we go. Game 1 kicks off right now.
EM bringing their strongest lineup out here, and I think that's the correct call against a team like this. Luis starting off with a little bit of, I think he was trying to, it looked like he was trying to pass, but knowing Luis, I never know what he's doing, because everything that you think is meant to be a pass, it turns out is a solo play, because he's just going to get back to the ball. So yeah, that's the kind of start we're off to. I feel like today everybody has kind of woken up on the wrong side of the bed. So we'll see if this is sloppy or we'll see if this is clean.
Now, with that said, I'm very surprised by this Cauldron lineup. This is like a throwback to, their OG lineups from back in the day. You have Thorgold and Funch with Serrano. A Season 7 special right here. They've even fielded this lineup a good few times in Season 8. Surprised to see no fatality in Smitty right here, but it doesn't matter. Serrano gives them the lead. EM all open, parting like the Red Sea. And Serrano gives them the lead, 1-0.
I've just seen Bunch's clan tag. For those of y'all who can't see it, Bunch's clan tag is hung. Hey, yo. What's going on? Bunch, are you good? You better give me some of that BDE this game if your clan tag is hung, bro. Because right now your team is starting off good, but you better give me some of that energy as well.
Oh, what a save
with a save.
Bunch!
Danger's not out yet. Total Toadster, if he flipped into that, which I think he meant to, that was just an unlucky double jump, just slightly mistimed that. If he flips through that, then obviously that's much more threatening, and knowing him, I wouldn't be shocked if he had put that top corner, but now Luis back in the middle. Total Toadster bumps Serrano out the way, but unfortunately misses the ball as Funch is going to clear it to the side, and Luis gets bumped by his teammate, which unfortunately does not allow him to set up for a solo play, but that's okay because he's got Indestructible coming down the field who has his pocket picked by Serrano, and Luis, I think that's his second or third demo of this game already.
And speaking of Luis, not only can he demo, he could dribble it out too, but not for too long. Serrano is back! His second! It's been the Serrano show tonight! Without Fatality and Smitty, he has stepped up with 2 massive goals. The Cauldron lead 2-0.
Only one person that I know has woken up on the right side of the bed today, and that person is Serrano. His second goal, and geez, I mean that's up there with one of his best this season. You know, sometimes you don't need to be too fancy, just a nice little touch on the backboard, and then just bang right into the middle where there's no defender. Perfect.
Speaking of fancy, we saw El Matador try something fancy right there. Gnostics, aka Indestructible in game with a good air dribble. Luis trying to go for a musty. Doesn't really come off in the end, and maybe simple is effective. Should be the approach for El Matador too, because they're trying, but they have overextended on a couple of different occasions.
The simple stuff is what's gotten them their opportunities in the other end. Here comes Serrano. That's an awkward touch in the middle from Gnostics to set Serrano straight up, and 3 minutes into this game, he's got a hat trick, 1 goal per minute.
This is absolutely insane. Now, before we went into our lengthy intermission chat, I was talking about Serrano being a more of a third man with Smitty and Fatality. Without those two guys, Serrano is the top dog, not only for KC Cauldron, but against El Matador too. He has been the dominating factor in this matchup, and he gets his well-deserved hat trick. We shall see if the rest of the players can step up and contribute.
You were talking about all that stuff earlier. You know, Serrano could be a third man. Serrano was asleep for all that, by the way. He did not hear a word you said. He disregarded every single bit of advice you gave him, and right now it's paying off.
Oh no, not that good. I would never dare give Serrano advice on how to play this game. No, I was just saying, I think Serrano has the capability to step up and do more, and he's doing it right now. I think it helps that he doesn't have a Smitty and Fatality to, you know, allow them to do their thing. Thorngold and Bunch have given him the foundation for him to play with more freedom, and right now he is thriving.
For sure. And I think one of the other things that should be noted is that Serrano knows this team very well. A lot of us are in the public chat every night, which, by the way, anybody in this server who would like to come in and just hang out with us, play a couple private matches, you're always more than welcome. Serrano is consistently in there, and so are these two, Indestructible and Total Toadster, aka Skyline, as well as Luis. He's always on with these guys, so he knows exactly what each of these guys are going to do, and he's just had their number this entire match. As he has it again, sees Luis with an awkward clearance, but isn't able to steer that one on target. Although, Bunch back in the middle for Serrano again, onto the crossbar. Can Bunch put that in? Off the post, man. But it's cleared out just before Thorngold can get there. And now Luis, does he have an open net? He does. Is there life for EM?
I don't know. That's too little too late with only 14 seconds remaining. But you know what? If you're El Matador, you take that. A quick kickoff goal, and they're right back in this. We'll see what happens right here, right now, chat. Here we go. Can El Matador get this goal off a kickoff?
We'll see if there's any kickoff shenanigans. They send to Luis with the cheat. Total Toaster, can he get the shot off? No, it's not on target, and that probably will do it for this first game. As Indestructible pops a solo play that's not going to go in. Even if it did, it's not going to be enough time, and they will put it in right as it goes to 0-0, but game one is taken by the Cauldron.
And you know what? Good effort right there by EM to step up and get those goals. Unfortunately, it was too little too late. Serrano, the star of the show in this game one, the MVP, 710 points, a hat trick, and 3 saves as well. What a start for KC Cauldron without both Smitty and Fatality.
That is wild. Well played, Serrano. I will say EM woke up at the end of the game. Either that or KC took their foot off the pedal, but that's not the last we've seen of EM. But man, Serrano in that first game just absolutely dominant. I mean, what else can you say? He was everywhere on the field. I would like to take a look at Funch though, not just because of his funny clan tag, but he had 4 saves in net. I think on the defensive end, I do think he was showing that BDE, that big defense energy.
Some will say Funch laid his pipe down in front of that goal and made sure no ball could go through. Am I right?
Bombocla. He said, Maz, please. He told you to shut your ass up. Hey, yo.
In-game chat, by the way. That's an in-game chat.
I've never seen nothing like that before. He put it in the in-game chat to tell you.
Well, you know what?
You know what, Serrano? I hope y'all win just for saying that.
You know
I hope y'all win.
They are listening to us, and they are listening to our commentary. Here we go. Serrano, the MVP in game one. Will El Matador respond with an MVP performance from either Luis, Indestructible, or even Skyline? We shall see. But they need their team to step up right here. And it's KC Cauldron with a fast start. Luis barely getting away with it, Palace. What can El Matador do to get back into this right now? They're on the back foot already.
I think just keep the ball close to you right there. Toadster did a good job right there to keep it close to him, set up a 50. Unfortunately, he was in the way when his teammate tried to get there. Luis, with no boost, floats it into a backfield with 2 KC Cauldron defenders. But now, Indestructible, starting with the solo play, gets it over 1. Who's there? It's Total Toaster onto the backboard again. KC is awkward right there. Luis couldn't redirect it on the double tap over the 2, but that was good pressure right there. Unfortunately, they did let out the Cauldron, so we'll see if that comes back to bite them. But good start.
Palace, it doesn't matter who they have. This KC Cauldron team is defensively solid. Oh my goodness, I thought Luis was going to get that second touch. But you know what? They have the luck on their side. They don't need Fatality and Smitty to get the big saves and hold on tight. They've done it before with Thor and Gold and Punch. They can do it again. This, chat, is KC Cauldron.
You know what's just occurring to me, Maz? Is if these guys are listening to our commentary, then they can hear what I'm saying. Serrano,
careful.
Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
Okay.
Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
I think the message has been sent. Now they're going to mute you for that. You know that, right?
They've definitely already muted us. Oh, open net.
Anyways.
Who's there? Not on turn. Wait, but it was turned in by Total Toaster. A disaster on the back line. And that's a horrible way to put the Cauldron up after you have so much good momentum and things that you've carried over from game one.
Oh no, feels bad, man. Skyline front flipping to reach for the ball. Instead, the forward momentum was just enough for that ball to curl into the back of the net with the assistance of the post.
The worst part is he didn't even need to go either. It was way off target.
He didn't know that that ball was curling towards the net. I can see why he reacted to that, to be fair. With that said, they're now set back right here. We'll see how they respond to this.
150, won by Luis. Now Luis puts it into the middle. Total Toaster floats it to Serrano. Serrano with an awkward touch. Indestructible. Off the backboard. Can he redirect this down? Just off the crossbar. Over Funch. And now it's over to Luis. Luis, what does he have off the sidewalk? Goes to the ceiling. Never mind. He doesn't go to the ceiling. Yeah. I don't know how to end that sentence, so I'm gonna hand it over to Maz.
You know what? I'm gonna look at the chat because I see a couple of notable KC Cauldron players in there. Smitty and Fatality watching their team concede the equalizer.
Wait, backwards takeoff? Backwards takeoff into a double tap assist from Luis? Hold up, are you serious? Yo, what was that?
Clip that. What an insane pass right there. Luis setting up a dive with an insane backwards takeoff. Chat, that is not easy. Luis makes it look easy, but it's absolutely not easy. And indestructible Gnostics, with all the solo goal efforts that he had, finally gets the goal with the assistance of Luis, and now they need to defend. Luis on the backboard, gets the second touch, follows it up with a third, pass. KC Cauldron now going for the bump on Fudge. Fudge misses, and Serrano has all the time in the world to bring it out. But Palace, this is much better for EM, but they gotta hold on now.
Serrano was lucky to be alive in that net, and KC right now a little bit lucky to be alive in this game. But Serrano floats it over to the backboard. Luis is there. Toaster almost gets in the way. He's making me nervous every time he's on the ball in the back corner. Serrano, does he have a second? Not quite. Just couldn't get his nose on it, and now it's a race to the ball. But Indestructible bumped Luis off of it, and that might have deterred his ability to take the shot into an open net. I don't know, but he got the demo, and it's still in the backfield.
I think Indestructible was trying to let it go for Luis. Gnostics were like, all right, you go for the demo, I'll go for the shot, but then he had zero boost, and Serrano got there right on time. Now Gnostics with a shot. What a save by Fudge, by the way. I know he had the boost, but he used barely any of it to get up to the top of the goal. And let that be a lesson learned to those of you watching. You don't need the boost to go all the way up to the top of the goal. You just need two big jumps. That's what Fudge did right there.
Luis kept it close to him to set that up, but now the ball is floating towards the EM net, although Luis gets it right back. Does he have a teammate with him? He doesn't need a teammate with him! Luis takes the lead for El Matador with 16 seconds left to go. What control!
Palace, it had to be Luis. Of course, when the going gets tough, when El Matador need a hero, Luis turns up, and now they're 2-1 up with 16 seconds to go. What a perfect timing for what could be the game-winning goal.
Come on, EM. Hold on. I did say I wanted 3-1, and at the very least, you're going to get the one. So my prediction for now is still on track. So chat, I would like everybody in chat to go down there and call Maz a shitter for predicting a sweet. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Don't say it. Put me on the spot.
Jokes aside, we talked about EM having that momentum at the end of the game one. And I mean, man, they really took that into the game. Look at that shot total. 13 shots. To KC Cauldron's 2. I mean, they really turned it around in that game.
Oh, interesting. Skyline scored, no?
He did not. Indestructible and Luis did. How about that own goal? Oh, true. Oh my God, it wasn't even a shot. You're right. It wasn't even a shot that KC scored on. It was the own goal.
Yep.
Oh, you're right. Thank you for the reminder, Skyline. Because yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Yep. So all EM players scored. Skyline with the own goal. Of course, the game won't show that because this is Rocket League after all, and not soccer. But Shea Bomb, you're in chat. Feel free to pass the message to the devs. Let them know. Make own goals a track stat. Let's go.
It should be -1 for every own goal. So if you finish with 0 goals in a game, but you scored an own goal, your goal total should say -1. But speaking of things that have a dash and a 1, this game is 1-1, and we'll see Thorin Gold getting a good kickoff to start. for the Cauldron, but now Luis is going to take this off the wall. We've seen what he can do. This guy is doing everything he can to make me say his name, and which is unfortunate because I did say I was going to ignore him as much as I possibly could. But how can I ignore someone like Luis?
Well, you know what? With how he plays, it's very tough to take your eyes off of Luis, and I totally get it. But right now, KC Cauldron need to focus on their game and get back into it. But Skyline's going for the shot off of the corner. That was close. Not over yet. Pass between the two friends. Not6 and Skyline, who goes for another shot. Low but weak. And Cauldron hold on.
Bunch. Now taking this over. Can he get it past Total Toaster? He cannot. The Golden Fennec holds strong for now. Luis has boost, but Serrano knows immediately not to entertain any kind of BS like that because he knows you can get burned. No Dallas.
Ooh, I don't know if they'll like to hear that. Fortunately for EM Dallas Burn, they got beat by your God. Oh my goodness. Have you seen a dunk attempt like that? The ball bouncing that high?
Bro, he put the bunda on it. I'm sorry, Thorin Gold. I just ruined your goal with me talking about. I'm so sorry, bro. You're going to have to watch that on mute. But, hey, nice shot, though. Wrong-footed the goalie right in the middle. You know, leave him planted to the spot. That was nice. Shout out to you, Thorin Gold. But you might want to mute at the point of the goal. I'll be real.
And you know what? For Thorin Gold, that is his specialty. He's very good at putting the ball in the back of the net, finishing, and getting the saves. Those are the two things he is best at. And right now, he's kicking off another attack. Loft to get towards the backboard. Solano comes in, gets another goal, and he's back on the score sheet yet again. The Cauldron are 2-0 in this game 3.
KC don't even need to put shots on target in order to be effective. All they need to do is make you awkward. And that's exactly what got them that goal right there.
One thing I want to highlight in chat is Trigger's message. He said, KC played beautiful Rocket League and have for years, to be honest. I fully agree. It doesn't matter who they have. They play great Rocket League, but that came at a very bad time. Curse the commentator right there. What a fade!
Bam!
By Not6, what a beat! Assisting his friend Skyline. And you know what? For that, I have to pop this out. That's on me. My fault, chat. My fault.
Oh, I'll be honest. I was waiting for you to do a sound effect.
No, not a sound effect, but it's a gift.
I thought you were gonna do the bombo clap.
No. We saved that for the special moments. In fact, I'll let you run.
That was special. What do you mean? He faked two people out of their ankles. How is that not special?
Because I know that Indestructible is capable of more than that. He showed it too. Especially that double against EM Dallas Burn in week 1. All this talk about Matador and their great individual plays, but it is KC Cauldron that have the lead, courtesy of their great team play. Look at Fudge come up and go quick. It's incredible to see how far Fudge has come to, Palace.
Absolutely.
And speaking of, look at that.
Saves the goal last second on the goal line. Great flick from Luis, but Funch did very well to get back and recover that. Now Thoringold versus Luis. Thoringold is going to win that battle, but Luis just able to get it past Toronto. There's nobody back in the KC Cauldron net, but Skyline not able to get a touch on it for what surely would have been 2-2.
And that would have been the perfect time for the equalizer as well. I know they still have time, but they have to take advantage of these moments. Not6 not able to get that. I could see what he was trying to go for, but KC Cauldron did a good job keeping that ball close to the wall. And now at the other end, Serrano off the corner, open it towards the middle, and Luis said, nah, you guys aren't going to have that goal. I'm going to take it away. So Serrano gets the second, courtesy of Luis.
As Luis, in the words of the famous Luis Suarez dollar, my goal.
You know what? I couldn't have said any better. That's it. That's perfect. There you go.
Wait, is that just it?
No words. Take it away, Palace.
There we go.
Oh, Lord. All this
Luis
praise for
scores at
Punch.
one end. Skyline scores at the other. He's got both goals this game, by the way. I would like to say he's made up for his own goal.
He has 4 goals, 5 if you count that own goal. That's insane. Of all the people who you'd expect to lead in the goal scoring, it is Skyline for El Matador. And so far, so good. El Matador is still in this despite their struggles. It is game 3. If they win this, who knows what will happen afterwards.
Thorn Gold. He had Indestructible beaten, but he didn't have the right angle to touch the ball. Now Luis tries to trap it, can't quite settle it down. And Serrano with another dangerous foray into the EM half of the field. Bunch couldn't quite get the touch. Now Toadster up to Luis. Does he have a double? He does, but it's quickly snuffed out by Serrano, who takes it down the other end. And if he doesn't get demoed, then you never know what's going to happen. But right now, EM back with it. This game is getting feisty.
Absolutely, and it's getting hot, spicy in there too. Skyline, by the way, really stepped up his game. And El Matador look way, way slicker now. Skyline being a big part, Indestructible in the zone. Luis contributing everywhere he goes. And now Fawn shot towards the net, but it's a slow bouncer. Again, another slow bouncer. Don't get
Who's there?
Skyline does just enough to keep it out. We enter the final 30 seconds, and now it's Thorn Gold's turn to keep it out. Palace, this sequence is insane.
Can Thorn Gold finish him off? No, his touch goes just wide. But now Luis has to go through multiple KC defenders, but he can't quite beat the second. Bunch, all they're trying to do is just keep it in their half. Indestructible. Can he get this to the side? Luis can't quite keep it up, and that's a Game 3 win for the Cauldron to take a 2-1 series lead and go on match point.
Oh.
That's the type of game I expect from these two teams.
That was close. KC Cauldron have to breathe a sigh of relief right there. I don't know how Fatality and Smitty are watching this and being like, you know what, we'll keep watching. If I wanted to go for the win at all costs, I'd be throwing those two in. But you know what? Serrano has been incredible. Thorn Gold and Fudge have done a great job so far. If it's up to me, I'd keep them going.
Yeah, I agree. When Serrano's on top of the score sheet like that, it's really hard to stop KC. Luis said in chat, any ready uppers?
Hey, listen, I know they have the stream unmuted. They're listening to us. One thing I want to say about El Matador, you guys tried so hard. You did so well. Had so many good attacking plays. At the end of the day, KC Cauldron won, though. So what will it take for El Matador to come back now? They have done all they could. Is this as far as they can go, or do you think they can take us to Game 5?
They can take us to Game 5, absolutely. I think if they just allow a little bit more space to each other, because again, there were still some moments in that game where they got in each other's way. I think if they, clean it up just a little bit, allow each other just a little bit more space, I think there's no reason that we can't go to Game 5.
Indeed, and here we go. Game 4 kicks off now. For us to go to Game 5, EM have to make their shots count, and they have the early initiative, but KC Cauldron once again hold on. It takes way more than that to get the goal, and EM have a second opportunity to no avail, and I think Cauldron are going to see this off.
And look who it is in the back yet again. It's Funch. We've been calling his name all day long. In the back, he has been darn near flawless.
And he's going to keep that up. Getting a key bump. Thorn Gold bringing it out to the other end. And Serrano with 100 boost. He can do a lot of damage, but Skyline, oh my goodness, engaging with him. Making sure he doesn't get a free opening. Luis gets beaten by Thorn Gold right there. Great work by Thorn Gold as well. Everyone is stepping it up right now. Not gonna lie, I expect this to be one-sided, but so far we're seeing some great Rocket League from everyone in this matchup.
Absolutely. It's so easy to let those slip right by you. Is that... No, that's not going in, is it? Yeah. Okay, good. I was like, I know I can read from the side. I haven't lost that. But you know who hasn't lost it either? I was going to say Serrano because I was expecting him to score that. But that shot rolls just wide and now Indestructible. Let's see what he can do from the side. Luis is also up. He's got an option, but chooses not to use it. And now Toaster loses the 50 on the midway line, but Luis is able to track back just in time to save a surefire goal for EM.
I was kind of worried, Palace, because Luis and Gnostics were both up there. What's up?
Yeah.
Both up there. Cauldron freaking 2 people out to keep that ball out of the blue net.
Hey, if it works, it works. So far, it hasn't worked, so I'm going to tell y'all to stop doing that right now, please. But honestly, to each their own. Hold up, is that just in from Funch? It might have been, but Luis wanted to see off the danger regardless. Luis fakes out Serrano on the back wall. Does he have an option? He has one off the post. It didn't quite bounce where he wanted it to, but Toadster, what does he have? He's able to get a deflection on the touch from Thoringold, and now that's floating towards the net, but ultimately nothing is going to come out of it for EM, but promising stuff.
Absolutely, they have been looking really good. Once they stop those double commits, I think they'll be fine, but the ball went across that orange net. No one was there on time, and EM can breathe a sigh of relief for now, as Luis tries to go for a psycho, and Gnostics barely gets it out.
EM is walking the tightrope as quickly as they can. Their life continues to flash before their eyes, but they have not fallen off yet. That's the key thing. The harness is still working. Total Toadster. Now with the shot off the backboard, he should be the first to it. He hesitated. If he didn't hesitate, he surely has that.
He is capable of getting up there. He should be more confident about that. And he tries to make up for it, cutting for the ball. Luis, though, can still take over. 6, 4, post snipe, and Matador take the lead with 97 seconds remaining.
It's that second touch from Luis that always makes you second guess yourself as a defender, and that set up Indestructible, aka Gnostics, perfectly. Back post slot. That's exactly my spot when it comes to the goal, but that's in real life. So Gnostics, please don't steal my thunder anymore. You got the ice, but I got the thunder.
And so far we'll see if that thunder brings lightning with it as Luis takes over. One touch, pops it up, Serrano gets it up, keeps control. Thoringold finally bounces it away. And now Skylight takes over. Gnostics going for it again, off target, but this should allow Matador to keep control and waste more time as the clock ticks down to the final 60 seconds.
Indestructible, does he have another? Not quite, can't get it past Thoringold, but Serrano is going to settle it in the midfield, and let's see what he does with it. Floats a long one, no homo, and Total Toadster over to Funch. I'll be honest, I lost my train of thought, but Serrano, can he put this in? Not quite. Indestructible just able to recover, but Funch with his shot. But it's met easily by Total Toadster. And now the ball, hold up a minute, that's dangerous, but Thoringold has time, and he throws it away.
Good God, I've been holding my breath for the past like 15 seconds right there as we head to the final 30 seconds. Funch towards the net, and Gnostics keeps it out. They gotta waste time. They can't afford to give Cauldron another chance. As they still lead 1-0. Here we go. Ball in the orange half. Funch with 0 boost. Luis trying to waste as much time as possible. Surrounded out to the back
Ball's up.
Palace, can we get a winner right here? Or can we get... No, we don't get a goal. Matador, take us to Champions Field.
I said it before this game. I said there's no reason we can't go to Champions Field. You know, even though it wasn't the cleanest game from EM, they were still getting in each other's way a little bit. It's effective. You know, if it works, it works. It doesn't matter how you get there as long as you get there. And, I mean, my goodness, this game is separated by such fine margins. Literally, both teams with... Actually, that's a lie. KC Cauldron actually did have one more shot than EM, but they had one less save. EM coming out with 6 saves, whereas KC Cauldron coming out with 5. So, I mean, it really is just fine margins in this game. This is Champions Field now. Anything can happen. You know, take all previous logic, take all, oh, this team should win, this team should win, throw it out the window. We're in Game 5.
Damn, man. The plumber has been summoned. Christian is here to catch Game 5, and he says El Matador are gonna come up clutch. Not gonna lie, if I was Cauldron, I'd go for Fatality and or Smitty to come in and see this game 5 off. But I think they're sticking with the same lineup, and yes, they are. Bunch, Thorngold, and Serrano going all the way to game 5. Here we go. Champions Field, winner takes all. Can EM get a big upset and beat the Cauldron? Or will Cauldron see them off and finish in the top 2?
Somebody said earlier that the Prem is the content league. I think that was me, if I'm going to be completely honest. The Prem is the content league. How many Game 5s have we had this season, and how many of them have involved the KC Cauldron? I know we talk about EM as a content team a lot, but I don't think KC Cauldron gets enough credit for the amount of content they produce for this channel.
And for this community. I mean, you guys are being served an insane matchup right here. We thought this was just going to be a formality, but we're seeing an incredible showing from El Matador. Let's give them credit as well. Luis, Skyline, and Gnostics all stepped up. This is the best Skyline has looked. This is the best Gnostics has looked. And Luis is thriving with how good his teammates have been here tonight.
EM continues to get better and better as they play with each other. As now, finally that indestructible to Luis combo works, but Thorngold yet again is quick enough to cut that out before Luis can get that second touch on the reset, although Serrano deleted off the field, and now it's indestructible versus 2. Has the ball on top, but couldn't get the flick off in time.
Luis with a bounce right there. Bounce! I thought they were going to set up for something special, but it's a standard backboard play, and Funch brings it out. Right now, Cauldron look a little tentative. We'll see if they can take over now that the ball's in the orange half. Funch keeps it up. Thorngold probably going to recover. Serrano going for the shot off the backboard. I thought he was going to go for goal right there. Gets it way above that crossbar. And EM get away with it, but they still have to defend.
I think he might have been expecting one of his teammates to be weighted in the middle, but unfortunately it didn't pan out that time. However, Bunch versus Total Toaster. Bunch wins that. Thorngold with the shot. It forces a two to jump, and Luis is able to send it to the ceiling. Good Lord.
House, this has been absolutely breathtaking right here. Who cares if it's not the highest quality Rocket League you're watching? This is edge of your seat drama right now. This game 5 is still 0-0. We are approaching halftime as well. It could go either way. I don't know where this is going to go. Both teams have been evenly matched the whole time.
I'll be real, the level of this is way higher than in the first game. Thorngold couldn't quite reach it. The pinch was just a little bit too quick across the goal, and now Total Toaster up to Luis, but I heard Serrano jump even before Luis did. That is insane, that read right there. But now Thorngold, a little bit awkward. Funch gets it past Total Toaster, but only makes it as far as indestructible. Is he going to make a play on the ball? He will, but none of the Cauldron are going to follow up as Luis takes it safely to the backboard.
And the ball is stuck in front of that orange goal. But El Matador doing a great job of making sure that Cauldron don't get a nice, easy look. Serrano trying to go for a quick shot. Couldn't reach the ball off the backboard. Thorngold sitting in the midfield, being more pragmatic, making sure that EM don't get an easy chance. Beats 2 right there. Has to take it to the other end. Pinches it off the wall. Oh my goodness, it's perfectly placed. No touch though. Serrano hanging back. Funch trying to go for it to no avail. And EM still hold on.
Thorngold.
Thorngold gets the lead. The perfect time. And KC Cauldron are 1-0 up.
How many shots have we seen in this game float off the post or the crossbar? That one was perfectly placed directly underneath exactly what he needed. Now Funch has the opportunity for a second, couldn't quite guide it in, but now EM on the back foot. Funch still causing problems in front of the net. Indestructible, awkward, and on no boost, has to take a 50. Serrano in the middle, no one's there. Thorngold for a 2-0 lead with 1 minute left to go.
KC Cauldron decided not to bring out Fatality and Smitty. They're stuck with this trio, and now they've been duly rewarded. Thorngold with a big-time brace. Cauldron 2-0 up. Chat, this is what you call absolute cinema.
This is cinema. Because again, I said earlier, the quality of this game has been way higher than whatever the heck we got in the first match of the night. But I mean, these two teams have played incredible so far, and we got a minute left to go. We got 45 seconds. EM starting to pepper the net. They're starting to go. Luis floating into the middle. Serrano's awkward, and Indestructible is going to get the ball right over him. That moment of hesitation is all it took, and EM are right back into this.
Not gonna lie, I thought Cauldron were ready, but Thorngold was in no man's land. Once you get past the near post, you have to be on the back wall to get the ball high up. Luis gets it over him. Gnostics with the goal. We are gonna enter the final 30 seconds very soon. Chat, hold on to your seats. We are gonna have an incredible finish to this game 5.
Take us to overtime, you cowards. You won't. Bunch. Oh, gets bumped by Luis. Now Luis still has control of it. Takes it past Serrano. Who's there? Indestructible! Yes! Overtime! Please hold on!
Nothing else to say, but absolute cinema!
Sorry, I tried to time that to interrupt you saying cinema. 20 seconds left. What further twist in the tail do we have here? Indestructible keeps it close to him, gets a good 50 with Thorngold. Serrano able to get it past Total Toadster, has to fling it to the backboard. Bunch puts it on the backboard. Serrano's up, but so is Indestructible. And is this ball gonna go safely down? It's on Luis to score. That's gonna go in. 0 seconds. EM has turned it around from a 2-0 deficit in this game to win in 5.
I cannot believe we have seen what we have seen right here, pals. I'm freaking speechless, bro. I'm stuttering right now with the excitement that we've had right here. Chat! Oh, Matador have upset KC Cauldron. They win game 5 3-2, and they win this match 3-2.
I mean, wow.
Oh my God.
That not only was that, I mean, I guess you could definitely say the result was unexpected, especially considering our predictions and the predictions of the chat. However, I mean, just wow. I cannot believe that ending. Luis in the perfect spot at the perfect time with the perfect trap, and there was nobody stopping him. Man.
Oh my God.
That's heartbreaking if you're the Cauldron, especially thinking with 1 minute left, by the way. There was 1:04 on the clock when when the Cauldron went up 2-0.
I don't know how they did it. El Matador. I think that's their second win. I just never expected the second win to come against KC Cauldron of all teams. Granted, it's a KC Cauldron that played Thorngold and Funch, but they've still been so good. But,
and Thorngold and Funch are not bad. Like,
yeah.
Let's not get it twisted. Those are still two very good players.
Yeah. Oh my
I'll
God.
be real. Did you guys hear me screaming when that last goal went in, or was I cutting in and out? Because typically when I talk loud on Discord, it tends to do that. So I'm actually curious. What did y'all hear?
I didn't hear you get cut off, and if I didn't hear you get cut off, then Twitch didn't hear you get cut off either. You know what?
Bumbleclat.
I'm gonna have to cut you off right there. Perfect time in the Bumbleclat, because Skyline with the 5 gifted subs, and he kicks off the high train as well. Oh my lord, Skyline, you didn't need to do that, bro. Please. Okay, now we need to fund a freaking SGL LAN. We have no excuses anymore. Luis, debit, let's get that plan going. We need to get something going right there, ASAP.
Skyline, you're our sugar daddy because you're literally the only one who be gifting subs. So I'm counting on the funding from you. Skyline gifts subs. He gifts 1 sub for every own goal that he scores, which is why he's put 5 in here. No, I'm kidding. Jokes aside, 1 gift sub for every game. You know, that was cinema. Well played, Skyline.
Oh my God.
Well played.
You know what's even crazier? We are now jumping into what is going to be probably arguably the matchup of the week. I know we already had that with the Rebellion and Steel Army, and now this. god, I thought Sounders versus Frontera was insane because that was a 5